Alex, Deebo Samuel, he's getting slept on right now, but I actually think it's for good reason. There's not a ton that gets me super excited for Deebo. Where do you have him in this tier? Would you take him ahead of some of the guys here or at the very bottom?
He'd probably be at the bottom for me. I like Curtis Samuel a lot. I like Antonio Brown a lot in this range. Deebo, to me, he has a very unique role in the San Francisco offense, and he's going to have some of those boom weeks. But I just wonder, and this might sound cliche, but I just wonder in San Francisco, we know they have an elite run scheme. We know George Kittle is the number one target. You and I are both very excited for Brandon Ayuk. So at some point, you have to just sit back and think, is it possible for all these guys to be as consistent as we want, to produce as much as we want? I'm sure Deebo's going to have his weeks, but with so many options in San Francisco, I just think he's number 3 in the pecking order in terms of targets on a low volume offense. Now, his utility role does give him a little bit of a floor, which is why he's in tier 8, quite frankly. But as the potential number 3 option on a run first team, that's the only place I have questions with Deebo Samuel.
And even if it is Trey Lance at some point this season, which is sounding more and more like it is going to be a Jimmy G year, and they're going to take the Patrick Mahomes route with Trey Lance, which would be a travesty for us as football fans, it's tough to see there being enough volume for Deebo Samuel to be reliable on anywhere near a weekly basis, with Brandon Ayuk now playing the downfield X role, George Kittle taking 25% of the team's pass attempts away. And then you look at Deebo's average depth of target, 2.6 yards. That's 108th amongst all wide receivers in the NFL. He was pretty much a running back through the air last season. So now the volume is in question. The yardage is in question. And then potentially dealing with a rookie quarterback at the helm. Even if you like Lance a lot, there's a lot of worry and growing pains anytime you have a rookie quarterback. What you're relying on with Deebo Samuel is for him to get those short yardage passes and produce after the catch. And for a lot of times, whether it's defense is keying in, whether it's just the way the play breaks down, you can't just break off every single check down for a 40-yard touchdown run. Like, it's just not going to happen that much, and that's why he is the epitome of a boom-bust option that you're going to put in your flex, really more of a depth play. Maybe if Brandon Ayuk or George Kittle go down, then we look at Deebo Samuel taking that step up in the offense. But I think the path to upside, if there was one for Deebo Samuel, comes into play if we see Trey Lance start and bring a whole new level of explosiveness to the offense. Maybe Deebo's role in the offense changes, and maybe last year was just a response to some of the injuries they had to their running backs and George Kittle and Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard being there. But the one thing we know about Deebo is that he's capable of making big plays. He has the size at 5'11", 214. He runs a 4.48, and you see that in his game speed. He's a bursty, physical, very hard to bring down wide receiver. If the 49ers can somehow keep defenses guessing, get Deebo in the open field, I think very good things will happen for his production this season. You're just banking on a lot of things going right if you're expecting that to happen, taking him at his ADP in these drafts, and that's why he's at the bottom of this tier.